you know, because I know for a fact that if you out there in the world and you a real one and you got a lot on your mind and you want to get it off your chest, but the environments that you've been in or the people you around, you know, they haven't conquered, they haven't got past that certain point where they survive certain situations. So when you come along and you get to breaking things down because you're passionate about it and you letting them know what time it is, but you're not trying to really make nobody feel no type of way. You just letting people know what's up. Like, damn, this happened, this, that, and the third, you know, but you may be telling the information to the wrong person because maybe they still stuck in the circumstance. What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy, Scenario the Illustrator, and I'm back again with another video. And the topic I'll be touching on today is why sharing survival experience with a toxic person feel like pressure. Yes, you heard it. Why sharing survival experience with a toxic person feel like pressure. Well, Scenario, what do you mean by that? Boom, let's dive off into it. This is something that I discovered. You know, when I be having my conversations, you know, because as you get older, you know, the small talk is cool and all, but, you know, I got too much reality happening in my life. Way too much reality happening, too much real going on around me. So, you know, I don't want to sugarcoat it or make things up, make it smoother for the next person so I can put them in a comfortable zone. Not saying that I'm putting pressure off or anything, but you know, I got a real story. That's why I migrated towards YouTube, you know, because hopefully it can help somebody out there in the world. And you know, because I know for a fact that if you out there in the world and you a real one and you got a lot on your mind and you want to get it off your chest, but the environments that you've been in or the people you around, you know, they haven't conquered, they haven't got past that certain point where they survive certain situations. So when you come along and you get to breaking things down because you're passionate about it and you letting them know what time it is, but you're not trying to really make nobody feel no type of way. You just letting people know what's up. Like, damn, this happened, this, that, and the third, you know, but you may be telling the information to the wrong person because maybe they still stuck in the circumstance. You know, maybe they ain't got past that part. You know, so they listening, you know, so, and I know you don't mean them no harm or no, you know, you're not trying to put them in a circumstance to make them feel like they're little or beneath you or anything like that. But at the end of the day, like, a lot of people are in a circumstance in life right now. You know, on the surface, you can't see it because people are hiding it. You can't see it because a lot of people's hiding their circumstance and their situations behind closed doors. Believe it or not, you will never know. You'll be dealing with a person for this X amount of time, and the whole time that you're dealing with them, they hiding a serious situation behind closed doors, and they don't want you to know. But you're not realizing, you know, because people is real, people real good at putting on a face mask out here. You know, to a degree, we all trained to have a face mask on when we go to work. You know damn well you don't like that damn job. You know, you ain't feeling that damn job, but you kind of like trained. You trained to a degree. You trained to go, you know, you gotta be a certain type of way because you need to get that check. You gotta pay them bills. You got responsibilities, you got kids and stuff. So you really, man, you know damn well when you go home, man, all the shit you talking, you talking hella shit. Fuck that, and this, that, and the third, man. You don't like your certain coworkers, you don't like certain supervisors, man. You know you talking shit. You feel some type of way. You expressing yourself with your spouse. You expressing yourself to your kids. You expressing yourself in general. But in real time, a lot of people don't realize they're being trained. They're being trained from the jobs and just life in general to be a citizen, a constructive citizen of society, you know, just to survive out here in this world. You know, we train. So when a person comes around, you know, a little bit more enthusiastic and a little bit more energy, a little bit more spontaneous, and they overcome something, and that person's around You know, the one that's trained, they're around somebody a little bit more freely, can freely move about. It's a distortion. It creates a distortion. Real talk. It creates a distortion. It's like, you know, because the energy ain't matching. The energy ain't matching. I'm being real. The energy ain't matching. You tell a person, you know, you gotta be real conscious about who you share your information with. But you know, we always in a circumstance where, you know, we just being human beings and we just talking. But you may be talking to the wrong person. You know, when you open your mouth up, a lot of people, they get the jitters, they get the shaking, they get the shutting down. You know, because you like, damn, like, you know, why is so-and-so acting weird? Or nah, it's not that they acting weird. It's just that right person, wrong time. They got the right one. They got the right person. They got the right one, but it's wrong timing with the person that feeling some type of way. You know, it's a misfire. It happens a lot out there. A lot of people's gonna run into a whole lot of misfires out here in the world. When you talk about surviving certain situations, and you know, a lot of people want to lead, a lot of people want to be above, a lot of people want to be in front of the line, and nobody likes to feel like they still in the back of the line. I'm just keeping it real. A lot of people don't like that shit. They don't like how that feels. A lot of people don't like how that feels, how they feel like they not where they want to be in life. And here you come. You get what I'm saying? And you full of joy, you full of happiness, you appreciative, you understand it. You know, it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. Trust me, it could be worse. It can turn into a whole nother situation. You know? But, you know, sometimes in life, certain people got to get sat down to even get to that point of even thinking. You know, it could be worse. It's stuff going on overseas right now. Homes being bombed, kids, all types of stuff going on in the world. But where you at, you know, you just take it as a blessing and just build off from that moment and get that momentum going from where you at at the moment in your life right now. You know, but you gotta also understand that certain people, you know, when you get to that point, when you get to chopping it up with them, and it's just like something that just doesn't feel right, like you talking to you around the wrong person. Maybe you are. Maybe your time with that person has came to an end. Maybe at that point you haven't realized it, but the signs are there. You haven't realized it, but the signs are there. The signs are there. I know it's hard to move on out here in this world because financially a lot of people are not in a situation for them to move on. So you know, a lot of people have to adapt to certain things. A lot of people gotta adapt. A lot of people gotta adapt to certain things. A lot of people just gotta roll with the punches. They gotta dust themselves off, and then they gotta keep it moving. And I understand it puts a person in a position where it kind of. They kind of get closed off. They close off. They shut down. It's because they're going through a phase of realization. They shut down. People, when you realize, there's a lot of people out there in the world when they realize that, you know what, this is not it. This is not it. And when they get to that point where they realize this is not it, you know, and they try to come and find solutions. That's why a lot of people be jumping from relationship to relationship so damn fast. Like, God damn, slow down, Turbo. Like, you know, because a lot of people, it aggravates them so to the point where it's so bad where they just, I don't care where I end up in life, as long as I'm not around this bitch. A lot of people is doing that out here. Trust me. There's a lot of people out here bouncing from relationship to relationship because they're running away. But did the problem really get fixed? All you did was just jump into another problem. That's all you did. You don't even know this person. You don't know this person from a can of paint. You don't know this person's history. You don't know. You know, what are we doing? You know, you just burning through life. I've been around people who done burned through their life. They done ran through their life. To the point where now man, washed. You don't want to do that to yourself. No, you don't want to do that to yourself. If you around people where you can't express yourself the way that you want to express yourself, my best advice is, man, work on removing yourself. Work on yourself. Work on you. It's time for you to work on yourself. I wouldn't say necessarily go out there and start finding and getting more people involved in your life, because, you know, a lot of people in this day and age, like, I'm just use me for an example. I got a million things I have to do, you know, and I have to make time for whoever I need to make time for. I have to make time. Like, I go, damn, I gotta boom, boom, boom. I gotta make this jig. I gotta make this play, this, that. Unless you gonna ride with me, you gonna help me. You gonna play some type of role. You gonna play some type of. If that's not the role you willing to play, you know, by all means. By all means, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna move around, you know? I got things I gotta take care of for myself, you know? People gotta put themselves in a leveraged situation where they can get out here in the world and find your tribe, or to find a person that fits you. A lot of people be dealing with each other out of convenience. It's the convenience on how a lot of people in this day and age be dealing with each other. It's not out of, oh, you really love me or you really rock me. No, it's the convenience. It's the convenience on how people wind up dealing with each other. Then you have convenience babies. You have convenient kids. You know, that's happening a lot out here. Trust me. Like, damn, like, you know, you didn't even really like that mother, but you winded up having a kid with him. You gotta be real cautious out here with who you deal with. And in this day and age, you know, I feel like if you share your experience with anybody, that should be somebody that's special or somebody that really rocks with you. If you open your mouth up and you can't get what you want out without a person feeling aggravated and agitated, then that's not a person you need to be around. I'm keeping it real. That's a clear indication your time has come to an end. It's time to shut everything down. All the factory lights going. Shut all that shit down. The time has come to an end. Real talk. It was just convenient at the moment. Now it's no longer convenient anymore. I'm just saying. You know, this was just something that I needed to get off my chest. You know, something that was on my heart. It's just, you know, I've ran into people out here where I get to chopping it up. You know, like, you know, the women are a little bit more lean. You know, when I get the, you know, expressing myself, men, you know, I'm not gonna say all men. I ain't gonna lie, not all men. You know, but I've ran into some, you know, enough where it's like, wrong person. You know, I'm not, all right, whatever. I'm gonna keep pushing. You know, and if I push on you, and if I have a conversation and we not on the same page, 9 times out of 10, no, 10 times out of 10, I ain't coming back. This is gonna be the first and the last. I'm gone. You won't see me again. If anything, you're gonna be trying to look for me, cause I ain't gonna be looking for you. Facts. You know, I got things, better things to take care of, and I want to be in the company of good people, of people who understand. That's helped me grow properly as a man. You feel me? But like I said, this was just something I need to get off my chest. Hope it helps Anybody who catch wind of this video, you know, don't take it personal when you get to try to chop it up with an individual and they not on the same frequency as you. Don't take it personal. It's just that their time hasn't came to a point where they can, you know, appreciate you the way you need to be appreciated, you know? They just, it happens. You know, it's not only happens, it happens a lot. You're not the only one. You know, just, it is what it is. Keep pushing, and you know, hopefully God bless you with the right person to, you know, help you process whatever you're going through. But this is your boy Snare the Illustrator. Remember, stay 10 toes down. Keep your head on a swivel at all times and stay blessed. Until the next time, peace.